Vince hated pants on his champions. I mean, prior to me leading the new WWF Generation, pretty much the only way you were going to win the title was to wear tights. I mean, you look at guys that were champion before me, and hardly any wore pants in the ring. I mean, you might have had a Sgt Slaughter, or a Undertaker that wore pants, but they weren't champions for very long. I remember around this time, if you had any sort of moment, you'd get pulled aside by Chief Jay Strongbow or someone, and they'd sorta tell you, hey, you're well liked, but Vince prefers tights. Which I never took too to heart. I mean, I ended up winning the belt with pants, so I figured it wasn't necessarily true, you know. Of course, a few years later, Shawn's entire gimmick would be a male stripper who never takes off his pants. But then I ended up losing the belt a little while later and thought maybe I blew my chance, you know. I remember going back home and speaking with my dad about it. My dad, Stu, just told me the champion wins the belt to hold up his pants outside the ring, not in it, which is just sort of an old school shooter's way of saying your outfit inside the ring attires as much as it does out of it. Which I could understand back in the days when there was a lot more of a shooter mentality to the business. I had kind of figured by the time a guy named The Undertaker had won the belt, we had maybe moved past that, you know. So for 1993 Survivor Series, I decided to maybe try a bit of a different outfit. I thought if Vince liked the match, and maybe liked what I was wearing, I might get my push back. I mean, family tensions were already pretty high. With my brother Bruce politicking backstage, and bribing my dad to be on his side by buying him that horrendous Bruins jacket. I remember putting my outfit on and Owen right away wasn't a fan. You could tell he thought maybe I was infringing a bit on his look, you know. Owen was usually pretty relaxed, and when I asked if he was okay with being the sole Heart eliminated, he kinda blew up. What does it matter, Brett? You've stolen my look, are you gonna steal my dropkick too? You've already been the champ, what about me? Enough is enough. It's time for a change, and right from there I knew Owen wanted to go a bit of a different direction. It wasn't a very fun night to be a Heart. Although I remember walking to the car, and crossing paths with Vince. He gave me a pat on the back and said, "Like seeing those legs tonight, pal. Just imagine how they'll look in the sharpshooter." And walked off. A few months later I was champion again.